Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have an exciting topic to explore. Scientists have recently examined portraits of Egyptian mummies and uncovered their 2,000-year-old secrets. The findings are astonishing and shed light on the ancient techniques and materials used by the artists. So let's dive into the details and discover what they found. In 1899, a group of archaeologists working in Egypt made a remarkable discovery: a stunning collection of mummy portraits that were surprisingly familiar to the deceased individuals they were attached to. These portraits were created when Egypt was under the Roman Empire's rule about 2,000 years ago. They had been left untouched in storage since their discovery until 2015, when scientists and conservators began re-evaluating them. Through their examination, they made some startling findings. The scientists uncovered the 2,000-year-old secrets of these portraits of Egyptian mummies. The illustrations, also known as Fayum portraits, were painted on wooden panels and were faithful representations of the dead people. These panels were attached to the mummy's bindings and placed over the face of the deceased. This practice was common when Egypt was under Roman rule. In 30 BC, the Romans conquered Egypt, which Cleopatra and Mark Antony then ruled, and it became a possession of Rome. The Roman province of Egypt was valuable as it had a sophisticated economy and culture, and was a key grain supplier for the Romans. Alexandria's Egyptian port and capital was second only to Rome itself in size and importance. There are around 900 Fayum portraits held in collections around the world, many of which were discovered in the mass burial ground at Fayum, located about 60 miles southwest of Cairo. Despite their age, these portraits continue to provide insight into the lives and customs of people who lived in ancient Egypt during the Roman period. Egypt's high temperatures and low humidity have resulted in the surprisingly well-preserved depictions found in mummy paintings, with the colors still vivid. The tradition of mummy painting in Egypt was preceded by an earlier Egyptian practice of cartonnage, where layers of papyrus or linen were covered in plaster, and a likeness of the deceased was painted onto them, creating a death mask-like effect. This practice was distinctively Roman, but previous Egyptian customs may have influenced it. Examples of mummy art were first discovered in the modern era by Pietro della Valle, an Italian who found mummy paintings at the Saqqara Memphis archaeological site in 1615. Some of these paintings were brought back to Europe and are now held at the Albertina Museum in Dresden, Germany. It was in the early 1800s that more discoveries were made. They began to find their way into various European collections, including British Museum in London and the Louvre in Paris. After a hiatus in the discoveries of mummy portraits, serious archaeologists, such as Brit Flinders Petrie, turned their attention to them in the late 19th century. Petrie discovered 81 mummy portraits in a Roman cemetery at Hawara in 1887. When the paintings were exhibited in London, they caused a stir and attracted large crowds. In 1899 and 1900, further exploration by archaeologists at Tepchinis led to the discovery of 15 mummy portraits and painting fragments. These artifacts have recently been re-examined using modern technology, revealing new insights. British archaeologists Bernard Grenfell and Arthur Hunt discovered the 15 pieces at Tijanis, now part of a modern town called Ain el-Bridget in Egypt's Fam region. The paintings are now housed at the Hearst Museum at the University of California, Berkeley. More than 100 years after their discovery, a team of scientists and conservators from Northwestern University and the Faber-Hurst Museum of Anthropology evaluated the paintings non-invasively over 2 years to learn about the materials and techniques used in their creation. The team used X-ray technology, including diffraction and fluorescence, to produce fascinating results regarding painting methods and materials. Initially, a specific discovery had the researchers puzzled. Upon investigation, it was revealed that 6 out of 15 artifacts contained an unexpected blue pigment in the background layer. Mark Walton, a research associate professor of materials science and engineering at Northwestern University, discussed the implications of this finding on the university's website, stating that it alters our understanding of how artists utilized this particular pigment in the 2nd century. He anticipates we will discover more unconventional uses of this color in various art forms, including wall paintings and sculptures. As an expert on blue pigment, Walton explained that classical-era images primarily used only red, yellow, black, and white. However, upon closer analysis of the erogenous portraits, the researchers observed unexpected occurrences of the blue pigment, which gives off a luminescent quality. Jane L. Williams, one of the conservators at the Hearst Museum, explained that the artist employed a small palette of pigments, including this unusual use of Egyptian blue, to create a broad spectrum of hues. This research expands our knowledge of the painting techniques used in these panels and reveals the extraordinary international trading network that supported the artist's work. Walton stated that this materials analysis provides a fresh and rich archaeological context for the Terminus portraits, reflecting the international perspective of these ancient Egyptians. For example, the researchers found that the iron earth pigments probably originated from Kids in Greece, the red lead from Spain, and the wood substrate used for the portraits came from Central Europe. These ancient artists had mastered sophisticated techniques to create subtle hues, and they were supported by a complex supply chain similar to those we have today. So, through advanced scientific techniques, researchers uncovered a wealth of information about these 2,000-year-old portraits, shedding new light on the ancient Egyptians who created them. As our understanding of the past continues to evolve, discoveries like these help us better appreciate the incredible feats of human achievement that have come before us. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into our shared history.